And he just maxed out on the couch, or what?
Yeah, so yeah, he literally went. Well, he went. He was with Cass that day, and I don't know what kind of what they were up to. So I don't blame him. But I have you, dude. I've got Shaw with me, so she's organized. I was ready to rock. She's ready to rock. We went to dinner with our friends last night. Like we got a lot of local friends here, so we went out to sushi last night and hung out with them. They're letting us stay at their house, like so they're saving us a ton of money, which allowed us to go like mad shopping spree today. And
You got some new toys?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So um yeah, we went out last night, dude, and we just came back and kicked it. We actually haven't seen anybody from Web3 yet, so tonight will be the night. We'll see. I was just gonna
What do you got on the feet for the night? Some old beat up Air Force Ones like Kaz is rocking, or you got
Yeah,
some?
no, I was gonna wear some dirty white Air Forces, roll them around, and I've rolled them around in the Las Vegas dust. I was outside earlier doing it because I wanted them to at least look local, right? Have some local red rock on them, some local red dust, so that I feel like people like, oh, at least he's from around here. He's got dirty Air Forces, but at least it's like Las Vegas dirty. I felt like that would be the move. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna rock a dirty Air Force, then like any Adidas shoe will work too.
It's like the same thing. So, did you just put Adidas shoe and dirty Air Forces on the same
I
level?
did. I don't accept either one of them. So that's just the way I roll, dude.
What if I just pulled up to the function just rocking Reeboks? Would that be the move?
That would be respectful. Or a fly pair of Fila's.
I I told my oh shit, I dropped my phone. I told Shaw about your guys' distaste for Fila's, and like all the rave girls, they wear Fila's, bro. Like they have those white Fila's they wear, and she goes, "They're talking shit about my Fila's." They wear those thick white ones. I will say though, I told you guys a story. Never, be cautious if a girl ever pulls up to a date, rocking Skechers, man. You pull up in some Skechers in a dress, you just got to be weary. You know what I mean? Like a sundress and some Skechers. Um, that can't be trusted. I don't think.
The Grant Hill Fila's are acceptable. That's like probably the only acceptable Fila. You need to watch out for girls in Skechers and anybody wearing K Swiss.
Yo, I forgot about Case Lewis.
You will get robbed. 100%. That's almost black Nike Air Force One territory.
Someone rocking K-Swiss will rob you. Someone rocking an Adidas tracksuit with some Adidas kicks might
They might try to
try to
tickle
box
you.
you.
They might try to tickle you. The people there for black Air Force Ones, you're gonna get robbed. K Swiss, you're gonna get robbed. Anything Adidas, they're gonna try and tickle you. Um, Skechers, you might owe child support after that. You just gotta be careful with picking your footwear.
Rupsy, how come Jerry was trying to steal your clone today? Or who posted your clone today, dude? Who was that?
So no nefarious stealing was going on. If anything, it was a couple of very kind-hearted clones that were trying to help me out. So we're on the case. You know what I mean? Whoever owns that clone, they only list it for like 24 hours at a time. They don't keep it up there. So it's still there, still under the same owner, but there were some WEATH offers that were thrown out that weren't accepted today. So we're getting closer and closer. But yeah, man, nobody was trying to snipe, but it was just funny that Tevi he found it, and yeah, it's true though. Out of all the humans that are kind of in that range, like That's the only one that kind of has like a creator vibe to it. So it's really not hard to figure out which one it was. So you know, we'll get her done. And honestly, if somebody else gets it and I don't end up with it, that's fine too. It's no big deal, dude. I'll find the one that's meant to be when the time is right. So nothing crazy needs to happen. I'm in no rush. I've waited this long. I can wait a little while. It's no big deal. I don't want anybody to do anything crazy. So, but
The
yeah,
dude.
it was cool to see. I'm pretty shocked that they saw it and kind of almost sniped it out. But yeah, it's still there.
So the dude pulls the listing after just like what? He listed for 24 hours and just pulls it?
Yeah, I noticed it the other day when I was kind of searching clones. He had it up there, and there was a timer on the listing, and then after the timer went down, it was gone. And I was like, well, fuck, all right, maybe somebody got it. But I checked the dude's wallet, still in his wallet, and then today I got back on, and it was relisted again for the same exact price. It's not like he's fluctuating price or anything. Like it's just he only does it for 24 hours at a time. And he's not accepting like any. I could see all the bids, and granted, there's nothing over like 1.7, but like there's I don't know what he's doing. It's kind of weird, but I thought that was. I even asked Tevi. I was like, is it normal for people to like just kind of have a listing up for 24 hours at a time and just like continual like post like keep refreshing their. I don't know like. I didn't know if that was normal. It seemed weird to me, but hey, it's your clone. If that's what you want to do, go for it.
I think they do it. Unless it's changed on OpenSea. I thought something changed, at least with bids, but they do it. He probably knew it doing it so that he can raise the price. But you used to have to pay gas to raise your listing price. So maybe he does it for 24 hours, lets it expire, and then relist at where he thinks it needs to be. I don't know. There's a purple wrap human that's pretty close to the floor that looks with a camo artifact puffer. You know the black and camo puffer. That dude is sick. I don't know if he just got put there, but I haven't seen him before.
Yeah, I keep just kind of looking. I mean, again, I'm not trying to get my heart set on anything, obviously, but I definitely I'm trying to shoot for that one. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And when everything works out is when I'll get the one that I was supposed to get. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I find something better. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Nah, dude, that's why I said it works out, bro. Just be patient, and it just ends up working out. Johnny, what's good, man?
Yeah, what's good, family?
Bro, nothing. We're out in Vegas. I was gonna run a quick like 30-minute bad take. Um, before we get ready to go out. Oh, we got Kuro in here. Kuro's outside too. Maybe I'll see him today. I know he went to the couple functions, but yeah, dude, we're just about to get ready. It doesn't even start till like 10 tonight, so I'm chilling at the pad, just waiting, just hanging. How you been, man?
Yo!
Okay, Euro is outside. Are you at Bing Bong? Sorry, Johnny, one sec.
Are you kidding me? I would never be caught dead at a midfluencer party. I'm not that guy, gentlemen. I'm not that guy.
Who's Yo, Kira, I saw a post today about you being an influencer. Congrats on the influencer status. I love that for you. We are in full support.
I
Kira
don't
got the
accept it.
influencer.
I don't want any part of it. They can keep their influencer status. I do actual things in the real world, and I don't date in Web3. I can't be an influencer.
Is that one of the requirements you have to date in Web3? Shit.
Bro, every one of these people, like, yo, there's a 0G event yesterday. It was an absolute Klingon event. Homeboy was supposed to be doing fucking interviews, but he got 0G'd. He's a 0G. The 0G effect is in full effect.
Sure. Yeah, I never looked at that dude's name like that, but that's actually OG is now 0G. Is that what I'm learning?
Yo, I realized that his Twitter account is G, and I just been calling him 0G ever since.
Oh my god, bro. Now it's stuck in
Yo,
my
so
head. I can't
one thing
unsee
they
it.
realize is I'm exactly the same in person as I am on the internet. And yo, it just makes people shook. I can't wait to meet everyone. I'm fucking stoked because I was hanging out with Dem and Emily Rose earlier. I got my wristband already. I hope you guys did.
No, bro, I'm sitting here at the house with no wristband. So, ask me anything.
Nah, yo, just so you know, the homie has special privileges. I believe he's allowed to take the wristbands with him. He gets private door access. Shout out Randy. Randy's the fucking god.
You're saying that Randy can go pick up all the wristbands and just give them to us when we see him?
I'm pretty sure, unless they change the rules for the Spirit DAO.
No, so I've been messaging with him. We're gonna get ready here soon. We're gonna go over to their hotel and maybe grab some food and go to like pregame at their place or just go hang out and then all walk down together and just so we're all together and get them all together.
Oh, that's
So
brilliant then. Yeah, because I know he has special privileges like some of the other Azukis that are in the Spirit DAO, and I appreciate that because they all know about clones because of him. They're not even allowed to talk bad about clones around Randy. I fucking love to see it.
yo, bro, nobody's talking
Yo,
bad
and I
about clones.
talked to a whole bunch of like former clone holders. They didn't have that same energy in person. They fucking love me. They're getting new clones. We're back, baby. We're fucking back.
That's why I try to become like friends with Johnny and Rupsy and Cass and Prez so that I can get like special privileges at the artifact events. They're like, yo, I know Johnny, Rupsy, Cass, Prez. I know Kuro. Like, can I get in VIP? I try it every artifact event. You
How's
know what
that
I'm
working
saying?
out for you so far, bro?
Bro, it's been fine, dude. They're like hooking it up. They usually go all fucking no shit, and then I just like usher me right in.
Johnny, what the fuck are you doing? What have you been up to, bro? What's cracking?
Yeah, you know me, man. Just chilling, enjoying.
Acting like I didn't fucking speak to you for like 3 hours earlier.
Yeah, I know. I know,
Dude,
right? Yeah. No, everything's moving, guys. I'm just super excited, man. Building out an entire brand is it's just a super exciting time.
have you been more overloaded with work ever before in your life or now?
I think it's actually the first time in my life, well, in this kind of position where it's like the work is actually it never ends. Like it's one of those things that like I can tell you for like 6 straight months every day. Like I could wake up every day, work 15 hours, and it wouldn't even be close to over. So I think that's really exciting, and knowing that every single day it's dictated off of what comes out of my own brain and like what I want to see come to life. So it's just crazy. It's like I just wake up every day. I mean, there's some tedious stuff. Like I was telling Rupsy, like this week I was creating a lot of tech packs, and like tech packs is just like super tedious, and I ended up having to like create one from scratch, and like so not all of it is fun, but it's just like it's just knowing every part of the process and then building out the entire foundation for multiple brands like within footwear and apparel and all this other stuff. It's just crazy.
Wait, so, bro, walk me through the tech side of what you guys are you allowed to tell me like the tech side of what you guys are building? Because that shit sounds interesting.
No, I mean it's that's what I'm so happy about. It's like I've joined a company and a corporation and a brand that like they're doing all of the things that I don't need to or want to think about, which is the tech side, which is like sales, which is marketing, which is all of the things that a business needs to deal with, right? And they said, all we want you to do is do you and create all day long, right? And so it's like, for me, yeah, a lot of the, I know what our vision is, right? It's like I know that I mean the amount of money they spent on the tech and getting it virtual and having VIP experiences and having it be like a really seamless environment. So like the company really wants to be like almost like an LVMH brand in a way where it's like if you actually go into an LVMH brand and you participate in the brand itself, right? It's very high end, it's very luxury, it's very catered to you, and everything is about you in a way where it's like VIP experience all the way, right? And so like that's where not only the online shopping experience is trying to like aim, but then like the entire in life experience, countries in the world, from Tokyo to Dubai to Paris to Toronto to Rodeo Drive in Los Angeles to Broadway in New York to Collins in Miami. And it's like in each way, we're going to cater every single location to being like the most high end luxury experience. But then the way that they're going to work in like digital and in real life experiences and like in real life events and using these physical locations. And then me being able to just create everything from toys to shoes to clothing to furniture to stores to literally anything you can imagine, and then being able to work with artists and collaborators and companies to create amazing stuff, right? I think it's like when you look at what like Zaptio and these guys get to do now, it's like working with like massive companies and work with massive artists and be able to create like dope product, like digitally and physically. Like I'm now in that position where I'm now the creative director and head of design for multiple companies, not only my own company, but like now into a massive corporation that's got access into hundreds of millions of dollars that plans on growing into a multi-billion-dollar corporation, right? And we're like, and I'm dictating every single conceivable product that's going to come out of the all the companies alongside with the CEO. So it's just, and there's no barrier, right? It's not like a diluted thing where it's like I'm in a corporation, we have like a shit ton of lawyers and a bunch of board members saying, oh no, we got to dilute this. No, it's sort of like, all right, design it, perfect, dope, send it to the factory, and then it's being made. So I'm super excited. It's like for the first time, I'm actually being able to go to China. And so I'm flying to China next month to visit the sample factory where we're going to basically work on a ton of sneaker samples for Von Grok, which is our shoe brand that's going to be coming out. Hopefully we'll have a shoe either dropping this year or early next year. So just very exciting times. It's just a lot of work, but building out a foundation for like a year ahead of time.
Bro, I didn't know that it was that extensive. Like the fact, so you started off by saying that the fact that they're taking care of marketing, the business side, all the boring shit of business, and now you get to just focus on creating that. See, that clicks with me, bro, because there's so many sides. Because you've been running your own business the whole time, right? So you've been dealing with marketing, you've been dealing with closing deals, you've been dealing with all this stuff, the finances, all of that, the stuff that nobody wants to do in business. And now you've got the support from a fucking massive company that allows you to just create instead is super fucking dope. Are you flying to these individual locations and like getting a hand in on setting up these storefronts, like getting a design these storefronts at the layouts, like what's in them, what in that specific? Because one in Dubai will probably be a little different than one in New York, right? So like, are you getting to actually go out and get involved in that?
Yeah. So yeah, basically, yeah, blanket term, yes. Yeah, I'm basically involved in every aspect of the design process. So the New York store is actually, we just finished with the design team and finishing the full 3D layout. So now we're actually going to be building the infrastructure for it, and then that store should open in September. But yeah, so like just for that store alone in New York, we're building like a 6-foot bear statue, just like the one that we have in the Miami store. So I designed that one. That's being made now. That's like a $40,000 sculpture. So that's being made right now, almost like the Takashi Murakami blade, right? And so like I'm designing those for every single store location. Those are done through Pogo Bear. So I design them, they make them. I'm doing a Jordan. I think 1 or 2 Jordans. I'm not sure exactly. We might be doing a Jordan 1 and a Jordan 4 for that specific location for that specific store opening. And I'm working on basically a full apparel line for the store right now for the opening as well. So yeah, it's basically every facet of what was going to be in the store. We're able to like, what's so exciting is like we hold Jordan Brand and Nike and New Balance and Adidas and all these things, and we resell like, cars and all these hype things. But then now we're building out all of our own companies, from our own essentials clothing line to our own shoe brand to yeah, our own accessories factories to everything else, so we can pretty much compete with every major brand, right? But then again, no dilution, right? It's everything that I've ever wanted to design with no filter, right? Everything that everybody's wanted, like all of my customs that I design, I'll be able to offer those at retail on our own silhouettes, right? And so that's why I'm excited to be able to go to China next month, to be able to sit there for a week in a sample factory and then turn like 50 of my designs into physical products, to then make samples of them and then figure out exactly which ones we want to roll out, how we're going to seed, how we're going to, all of this stuff, just like what you see Artifact doing. It's our turn.
Yeah, and I'll say this because this is not a recorded space, so I've had the pleasure of getting a peek at some of just the mock-ups, dude. Man, if you are a fan of Johnny's custom shoes, like the quality at which he does his work and like the material choices and the craftsmanship, like all that is going to transfer over into the retail side of things. Like, and it's just, I mean, it has to, right? Like, it wouldn't be a success really if he didn't transfer all that craftsmanship and that attention to detail over. But just from seeing the couple things that I've seen, I haven't seen much, but dude, it's exactly what you would expect. I'll just say that it's exactly what Johnny has been doing and is capable of doing. And now there's no leash, there's no limit. You know what I mean? And then once he's over there in the land of creation in China, where all the manufacturing is done, and he gets his hands on materials, and he sees things that maybe he's never even known that they existed. Like, things are gonna get real spicy. So just give them time because they're doing it right. I know they're doing this thing, the right way. So give them some time and trust this man. It's gonna be some beautiful work coming.
Yo, go going to China and actually getting to feel the materials, Rupsy just put it more so in my mind. Like they're gonna have this shit laid out for you, Johnny. You're gonna get to actually touch it, decide on what you want, like on like another level, I guess.
Yeah,
That's exciting, bro. Imagine Johnny with unlimited material resources.
that's what I'm saying.
Just as
It's like, honestly, because I've worked so much in the tradition or the like high end manufacturing, right? So I've worked with the Italian suedes, the Italian leathers, like the exotic skins. Like I've really worked with like the highest end materials that we could get. Now I get basically every material that Nike, New Balance, Asics, like every one of these brands has ever worked with that I've never even thought about working with, because it's like a low, not, I don't want to say lower end material. It's just like something that I've never really had privy to, because we're always focused on like the craziest materials, right? And so I think 90% of the materials that I can use, I'm not even aware that I can use, and then we can customize anything that we want, right? Any leather, any suede, any material that we would ever want, we can customize it. Any embroidery that we want. Like, we're really working with the same factories to make our shoes as New Balance and Nike and Artifact, right? It's crazy to think that like I now have the factory capabilities to be able to go into the actual sample factories, work with the producers of the actual factories, and take every design that I've ever wanted and turn it into physical samples, and then release it, to you guys for retail. I think that's the most beautiful thing. Over the last, I think, 3 years, I've had well over 100,000 DMs asking for my shoes, and the majority of people that can't quote unquote justifiably afford them is about 99.9% of people. So it's like to know that like you can eventually be able to like go in and like see it at the same price as any shoe that you would buy at retail. Now, getting them, that's going to be a little harder, right? Because like the limited nature of them, the way we're going to run them out, that's going to be a lot harder, because we need to drive hype to this brand, and we know exactly how to do it. But the people that have supported obviously will be front in line. But yeah, it's just so dope, man.
I think
We are the future of this shit.
I think like the one of the main things that I really love about what you and Jan have been able to kind of create together is like your visions align very well. Like what he enjoys in aesthetic and design is what you enjoy in aesthetic and design. And like they so there's not going to be a lot of design clash. There's not going to be a lot of headbutts when it comes to the silhouette or material choices. Like he's kind of like, look, man, like I trust you. I know what you do. You've been doing it for a long time. Just do it, you know. And yeah, it. And then the other thing is like, I honestly, somewhere deep down inside of me, I feel like Johnny kind of, like he took this role, not so much for the experience or the creative development like role or the paycheck. He took it because he is gonna have the craziest sample collection that like anybody's ever seen. Like all the silhouettes that they don't even come out with that just get sampled in his size that he just has. Like it's gonna be so dumb the amount of ridiculous samples that he's gonna have. I think that was the main objective here was to just get all the shit and not let anybody else have anything.
Rupsy, Johnny's my size,
I'm
bro. We're
yeah.
11s.
I'm loving in every
So
sample, right? And this is what's so beautiful. And then the thing is, I was the one who created the tech packs, right? So you best believe I put sample, not for resale, on the inside of every single shoe, right? For the samples, anyways, because again, it's just holding that extra lore within the shoes, right? It's just like just seeing that sample tag. But yeah, Russ, you're absolutely right when it comes to me and Jan, right? It's like I don't really speak too much on Jan because he tries to keep himself in the background. But Jan is the CEO of Yankee Kicks, and this dude is a fucking legend, and he's just obsessed and loves sneakers, and he's like comes from luxury, and he loves luxurious stuff, and he loves stuff that no one else has, right? And this guy has probably one of the most impressive sneaker collections in the world. If you've seen it, I mean, I think it's worth well over $2 million, and I mean, the guy's got every limited sample you could ever imagine, and he's the first look for every single Nike Jordan shoe period in the market over the last 3 years. So it's like, yeah, knowing that he knows cool, he knows limited product, he knows quality, he appreciates quality, he needs and strives for ultimate quality. That's what's so much beautiful about it. And knowing that like it's his life's passion, and the way I speak about sneakers is exactly the way he speaks about sneakers, and we see the future exactly the same way. And knowing that we can just do exactly what we felt like we were born to do, like do it together and create something, yeah, it's going to be insane.
what silhouettes are you going to be creating on Johnny? Like what is the initial game plan? Like
We have
go
our
over here
own.
and dig for some more
we
alpha.
have we have our own, right? So this is what's so cool is like, so Jan basically took um, what's the majority control over Von Grok. Von Grok is the shoe brand that I'm the head of design and creative director for. Von Grok was started in 1988 by Peter Moore. Peter Moore, if you just watched the movie Air, was the guy who actually designed the Jordan 1, right? He was also the guy who designed the three stripes logo for Adidas. He was also the guy who decided to put the Jordan brand logo on the Jordan, right? So this guy, he's got a history in design and footwear that's palpable, right? And so he started a shoe brand called Von Grok in 1988, which was actually the year I was born, to basically try to lure Michael Jordan away from Nike. And obviously it didn't work out. The brand never really got too high off the ground, and then it kind of was silent, but they still kept the same manufacturing, the same factories. And then we took over the brand. They did a redesign of some of the silhouettes, and now currently I think we have like 6 silhouettes. I've been designing heavily on 2. One is a basketball model that we do plan on putting in the NBA at some point here soon. And then one is a lifestyle shoe. There's a high and a low. I've been currently working on the low most off. I think I've done over 200 plus designs on that in the last month and a half, which we're now going to be, again, putting, I think, well over 50 pairs into sampling before we figure out exactly which ones we want to release as far as that goes. But yeah, man, we have our own silhouettes. We have tech in the shoes, which is cool. Lighting technology in some of them. But the lifestyle shoe, to me, honestly, is going to be a banger. Like it's like that shoe that's, yeah, it's perfect in my opinion. So it's just dope to know that like when I put my spin on it, my colorways, my materials, like all that stuff, and we run it out properly, it's going to be something sought after for sure. So
Bro, it's stylish, it's beautiful, it's classic, it has a nice classic feel, very easy to style. It looks comfortable, they look plush. They're not too much. They're like it's just it they're right. You know what I mean? Like they're right. And it's and honestly like it's so hard to come out with a sneaker silhouette, right? It's so difficult to do, especially in a traditional sneaker sense. Nowadays we're looking at 3D printing and stuff like that, it gets a little easier there. But in traditional manufacturing, it's really hard to come out with a silhouette, and especially a silhouette that can kind of stand out but also be palatable. And most silhouettes now are always compared to what's hot in the market. So you're going to look at Adidas, you're going to look at Nike. I should have flipped that. You're going to look at Nike, you're going to look at Adidas. But this is not. You can't look at the shoe and point your finger at it and say, "Oh, that's inspired by this shoe." You know what I mean? Like it's not like that. It's not like your typical like. I'm not going to throw names out there because there's people that have made a ton of money off of just biting silhouettes, but it's not that. So I don't want you guys to have that in your mind. This isn't just an easy, copy version of a Nike or whatever. Like it's not that. These are different, and they're bro. It's a good shoe, and I'm not a basketball guy, but even the basketball shoe is a good shoe. It looks good. I haven't worn them. I can't say anything on the field, but from the look of it, they look like they belong in the NBA on the court. I can definitely see people wearing them. Absolutely. I've said too much. I gotta shut up.
No, I'm waiting for like the alpha. No, that sounds good, dude. I think I have some lifestyle shoes. I wish I could get a comparison on what you guys are talking about, but then you said it's not a copy of anything, so I'm just gonna wait for the first Johnny job, bro. I'm just gonna wait for the first one. When is it, Johnny? When's it? Look, we turned this into a Johnny interview, bro. Um, I'm over here like every time we get to chat with him, I'm like, all right, let's get some alpha from him. We should, dude. I'm gonna see. We should do a. I want a Johnny artifact creator space, bro. Like with get some real alpha out of him.
He was like the first one.
No, I want another one, bro. No, I'm just playing.
Dude,
But
hopefully we'll have.
when is
I'm
the first
hoping
one,
that we
Johnny?
have one for the New York opening in September. Like that's like goal, right? And if so, it would be a limited like edition of like 600 units probably. But that's goal. But again, I don't know. Again, we're going to go out to the factory next month to figure out sampling, and I know they said that they can start working on sampling like ASAP. That's why I've been working like around the clock over the last like week to finish as many tech packs as possible to get them as much broken down as possible so I can send it over to them so they can start working on sampling. Because I mean, shit, I'm motivated more than ever. I mean, I get a sample in my size for every single pair, so I don't feel about that. So, but again, I think I'm going to do 15 direct materials that I want, and then go over there and do another like 40 when I'm over there, and then just hand pick them while I'm at the material factories, and then just basically every conceivable material that you could ever use, and then see if I can't customize them in some ways. And but yeah, just taking it panel by panel. This material here, this material here, this material here, this material here. Definitely got to do a couple of what does while I'm out there as well. Just every panel different and crazy. And yeah, yeah.
How long are you gonna be out there? Are they gonna you live in there?
It's gonna be literally a week. But I'm gonna be living in that factory for a straight week. Like I don't think I'm gonna leave. Straight up. Like this is like this has been a dream. Like honestly, it's like I've been working with very small numbers, right? Like in very high end manufacturing, right? And so for me, it's and a lot of them they're independent makers from all over the world, and so I'm not really privy to the process, right? And so for me, I'm going to go through the factory, see the entire process from beginning to end, to sole molding to pattern making to all the materials to pretty much the entire process. But then really sitting down there with my business partner and then just here's a design, because I already have, like I said, 200 designs. We picked about 55, 60 that we really want to go with, and then I'm basically just going to sit there and say, okay, here's the shoe, here's the style, here's the colorway. All right, for this panel, we're going to put here, 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 here. All right, that's one shoe. Boom, let's go to the next, and then just go, and just try to figure out as many possible samples as possible to just get into works. And then at that point, then I can get them back to the United States. I can sit there and basically get on the phone with the factory and basically be like, okay, we're going to do another shoe. We're going to do all these materials, this, that, and then we need a sample within the next 24 to 48 hours. And then just, it'll become a brand, right? It's just going to be like any other big brand. Yeah.
The manufacturing process is what's intriguing me, honestly, because this shit is what kind of interests me. So once you're there, you set up a few samples, get yours set back to the U.S. I'm sure they'll have either pictures or their own set there so that you can reference each other. You'll be able to pick materials off the samples, or you'll have a book and you could easily swap. So once you actually get to see them and fill them, it'll make future samples easier just to do on the phone. You won't have to fly back each time, is what I'm assuming, because you'll have that shit. You'll have all the shoes right in front of you, or you'll have a sample book of materials they'll probably send back with you as well. A little bit of both.
Exactly. And then when we have the samples again, when we do the for every store we have a one-off studio, right? In all the stores, it's like basically a VIP studio where we can do like one-offs for clients and whatnot. So um, almost like what Nike did with the 21 Mercer, the bespoke program. I don't know if you know what that was, but Nike used to offer a program in their store in Nike 21 Mercer, where they would actually do a VIP bespoke shoe, and they offered it on like the Air Force One, the Air Max, and I think those were the only two silhouettes that they offered it on. But then it was like I think a $4,000 or $5,000 service, and then they would let you like basically handpick every possible material, the sole, all that stuff, and have it handmade. I think we want to do the same thing with Von Grok soon, where I would love to sit down with clients in a VIP thing, or even celebrities and whatnot, and then just sit down, have them design their own Von Grok, and then have it sent to after I design it. I put on all the materials, they okay, and then I just send it to the factory, have it made, and then have it shipped to them and stuff like that. So a lot of grand plans, but
Yeah, that's dope. It's like in my head, it's like it's almost in my mind because I was a project manager in construction. So when you're picking out materials for when you're building a house and they come in with books and samples and everything, you're picking it out and you could build a house and everything inside of it at a desk, bro, at that one point. When you have all the material samples in front of you, you know what to look, you can sit down with somebody and put an entire house together from it. So I
Yeah,
I can relate in that way.
and,
But it's
and
dope as fuck.
I think a good point too is like you're not going there to find a manufacturer. You already have the manufacturer. You're going there to really get shit done and work out details. Build a communication relationship. That way, it's strong enough to last over a couple thousand miles. You know what I mean? Like you guys can have a solid form of communication and kind of know what each other wants. And I think a week is plenty of time to do that in, as long as you spend your time wisely. Which, if you're gonna go to China, dude, you better be spending your time wisely. That's a long trip. It's a lot of stuff you got to get done in order to even get there. You are gonna look wild walking around China. You're like 6 foot, gigantic, fucking red hair, just white as shit. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, it's amazing, dude. But yes, I think it's like, the fact that you're not going there to find a manufacturer, you're going there to build with the manufacturer that you already have. So, your partner's done a lot of the footwork for you. So you're gonna reap some of the benefits of a lot of his work. It's fun, man. I'm super excited for you. I wish I could sneak in your luggage and go for the ride, but
Yeah,
I can't.
I want to see like I don't know. Can a cameraman follow you around? I want to see the fucking a recap of this shit. Because I've always been interested. Like I used to look into like white labeling from China. This was like not a part of this, but like I always wondered how the manufacturing process worked out there. Like you fly into a specific city, are they taking you to their factories? Like you already got it set. You've got the manufacturer set. Like Repsy said, that's fucking probably the biggest headache is finding someone you trust, a manufacturer that can do the job that you want. And if they've already got that, man, that's a massive step.
this is the same sample factory that Virgil used to work at too, which is fucking dope. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm following in the footsteps of like the legends that like I looked up to my entire life, and it's like I'm gonna be there one day. I swear to God, I'm gonna, I'll get there. I'm still, I'm nowhere where I want to be, but man, I'm walking those footsteps every day to get where I want to. But yeah, just touch and design every day.
You're en route, bro. You're en route. I love to see it, bro. I love to see the homies making moves, shaking and baking, and succeeding. I appreciate you, man. We were gonna do a 30-minute space tonight before I started getting ready from Vegas, and then like y'all came up and got me all excited about some shit that I don't even know about, and I took it as a lesson to maybe learn something. So I appreciate you, Johnny Rupsy, for fucking schooling me up on some things.
Dude, thanks for having me, man. You know I appreciate you always.
Yeah, bro. Likewise, man. You get to partying. You're in Vegas and you're on fucking Spaces, bro. Get off of
Yeah,
Twitter and get some alcohol in your system. Make some
yeah,
poor
well,
decisions, bro. I want some bad decisions being made tonight. Nothing too bad. Don't get in any trouble. Don't spend too much money, but definitely regret something tomorrow. You know what I mean?
nah,
Wake up and be like, "Damn, did I do that, or am I just maybe a little foggy?" You know what I
dude.
mean?
I've already figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be out there and I'm just telling everybody that I'm cast 333 from Artifact. You know what I mean? Like everybody I meet, just in case, in case I slip up or something. Yeah, I'm cast 333. Look me up.
Oh shit. Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Yo, what up? Cast 333 here from Artifact. No, I'm Johnny Kicks. Can't you tell by my red beard? No, I'm definitely name dropping you guys tonight. Anything I could do to get like free shit or in any kind of VIP line, I'm dropping names. I appreciate y'all coming out though, man. I'm gonna go get ready with my girl. We're gonna go link up with Dre, Fawn, Vega, and everybody else out here. So we'll catch you guys later.
Tell the crew I said what up.
Will do, bro. Appreciate you, man. Again. Later, guys.
Later.